good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the 11th Source India, the special session which has been organized by Johnson of III, and want to share the Taiwan India electronic products talent experience sharing, and what has been our experience in training and talent sharing. I guess the experts are there from Taiwan, and we have our experts from India. We have Mr. Batra and Mr. Varun Manwani. So I think we are about to go live now. Let me just check, please.
Manik.
Hello, Varun. How are you?
Good to see you after a long time.
We are live now.
Here.
We are live now. So I would just like to kick off the session, because let's use the time as best possible for our discussions. Very warm welcome once again to all of you. I would like to especially welcome our friends from Taiwan, Mr. Stanley Wong from III. I don't see him yet on his chair, but I guess he will be joining very soon. Also, a very warm welcome to Mr. Frank Chen, the director of 3S. Good afternoon, Frank. How are you? Welcome on the panel, please. Also, a very warm welcome to Manik. We'll look forward to your views on this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Varun Manwani from Sahasra Sambhav. Welcome, Varun, and we look forward to your views as well. I think we have Charles and Johnson also. Charles, I think, will be taking care of the session. Right, Charles?
Yes.
Okay, so welcome on the webinar. Thank you so much for helping us with the session. I can't see Johnson, but I guess he will be joining soon. I will now leave it to Charles, and before I do that, and before you all start your discussion, I would just like to share a few thoughts on the relationship between India and Taiwan. I think it is it is a very warm relationship, and we are very positive about the future of this relationship. There is a lot of interest in India about Taiwan, and I think also vice versa. Also, I feel that our interests are such that we are natural partners, because what India can provide maybe is not there in Taiwan. So we have the market, and we have the people, and we have a large population, and maybe we can be a good partner for manufacturing, and not only manufacturing, also I think for R&D and for development and for accessing global markets. And I think in case of Taiwan, Taiwan has the technology, the skills, the capital, which I think so the needs match very well. And I think skill development and training is, of course, a very crucial part of that. And we need to train more people in India to Taiwanese standards, so that they can meet the requirements of this high-tech industry and really go global. I would also just like to mention that there is a special group which has been formed in Meiti. There is a special I would say scheme or a program which is going on. And there was its first edition was about 2 years ago, and that was with MyTech, and between MyTech and Meiti, and now we are doing it again. And this time I think we are covering a larger set of people who will be going for training in Taiwan. So I think the future is bright, and I would now like to hand over to Charles to please take it forward. Over to you, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raju Go, for the wonderful opening remark. Next, we would like to invite Mr. Varun Manwani for his presentation, Technological Advancement in Indian Electronics Manufacturing. Mr. Varun Manwani is director of Sahasra Group. He is a second-generation entrepreneur who joined the Sahasra Group, a company started by his father in year at a young age of 19 years. As a sales assistant, and become CEO of InfoPower, a group company of Sahasra, at the age of 29. Varun has demonstrated his risk-taking ability by furthering the group's diversification initiatives, moving into new geographics, new markets, product categories, new ventures and partnerships, and setting up offices at new locations, thereby creating a niche for the group. He also instrumental in getting most of the group's new ventures off the ground and is constantly scouting for more and more challenging opportunities, which underlies his risk-taking appetite. A growth-oriented rather than wealth-oriented individual, Baron has always worked toward creating value for the group's employees, shareholders, and most importantly, the business partners, which include the customer and supply chain partners. So now let's welcome Mr. Baron Mawani.
Thank you, Charles, for the kind introduction. And good afternoon to all my fellow speakers. I will start with everyone is safe and everyone is healthy during this pandemic period. And facing this situation, but I think we are all learning to live through this and move forward. So, I think Mr. Raju Goel put it very aptly that India and Taiwan have a terrific the past few years and the time to come, both the statistics are very clear in terms of whatever has happened in the past, what is happening as of today, and even future relationships that we see forging between the two countries in the near future. Really show that both the countries are working together at a much larger level. Taiwan's look east policy and India's Southeast Asian area.
Yes.
Hello.
Your voice is breaking a little bit, Varun, but you can possibly repeat the last few sentences. Please continue.
I think he has a challenge in his internet speed there.
Yeah, your voice is breaking. I think the connection is not good, Varun. Yeah, we can hear you now. Please continue. Maybe you can put off your video. Yeah. Please continue.
Varun, थोड़ा video off करके देख लो. You may be able to get through to your audio clarity.
Varun, please continue.
Hello, can you hear? Juji, can you?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Varun. Please continue. Please continue.
Okay. So as I was mentioning, is growing from what has happened in the last several years. There are several Taiwanese companies that are participating in India now in different domains, in high-tech electronics, whether it be mobile phones, it be semiconductor area, it be manufacturing of IT products, and so on. So, as Mr. Raju Goel mentioned very clearly that the relationship is for our company, Sahasra, and our sister company, Infopar Technologies, one of leading Taiwanese companies one of the leading companies in Taiwan, that is Mytax Cinex Corporation. We ourselves are a very good example of the relationship that exists between the two countries. And this is a good example of the talent experience sharing topic that we are discussing today. So India is known for its soft power in terms of R&D, in terms of software design, software capability, etc. However, we have lagged behind, and therefore, through such kind of joint ventures, such kind of talent sharing, our company and other companies a lot of technological knowledge and know-how in the hardware domain. Just to share with you all, electronics manufacturing company and with EMS business. However, after I started manufacturing products, automotive dash cams, such as tablets, industrial panel PCs, as well as motherboards for applications. Now, most of these product categories are such that they do not exist in India, especially in terms of. However, when no doubt there was hesitation at our end and also at the end of our partners. But the experience that we gained and experience that we shared with MyTech and with our Taiwanese partners.
Varun, we can't hear you. We can see you. Varun?
Can you?
Yeah, now we can see and hear you. You are logged in at two places. Maybe you can use your mobile. That might work better.
Okay, let me try that.
But we can hear you now from this connection that you were speaking. We can hear you.
Okay, well, I'm actually logged in through one device, but I don't know why it show two.
Okay, now it's
So
gone.
I'll continue.
Now the other one is gone. You can continue, please. Now it's very clear.
Okay.
Please continue. Yeah, don't move. Stay there.
Sure, sure. Okay, I'm not sure how much of you all of what you all heard, whatever I was speaking, but I was mentioning about the actual experience that I can share about due to our joint venture with a very large Taiwanese company that is MyTech Sinex Corporation, and through that joint venture, um, we have high-tech products such as panel PCs, automotive dams, industrial tablets, as well as motherboards for server applications. So, the learning that we've had at both sides, that's our team in India and also the team in Taiwan, I think they were and we were equally surprised to see that we were able to come up to speed relatively fast, and we were also able to in a very short period of time we were able to reach the quality level and the expectations of what they had, and we are no less compared to any other country in terms of our knowledge, in terms of our engineering abilities and capabilities. So, as I mentioned, that through these learnings and through several other engagements that we're seeing of Taiwanese companies in the IT products manufacturing space, in the mobile phone space, with companies like Foxconn, Wistron, Pegatron, etc. There's a very clear indication that the relationship between the and the fact that all these companies are scaling up, they are definitely able to transfer their know-how and knowledge to the Indian manufacturers and to the Indian people. And the Indian people on this side are able to grasp and learn the requirements very well. And from an engineering standpoint, India is able to deliver on the hardware besides the software that India. So um, I think both sides have come to realize that when it comes to hardware as well, India can definitely, while yes, there is still a long way to go, but I think the initial feedback is that the Indian companies and Indian manpower is also able to match up to its peers in Southeast Asia or even in the Western world. In addition to this, I must also mention that along with the manpower expertise, we are also able to deliver in terms of cost effectiveness. And that is something else which I think both sides are learning, that while the labor rates in India are relatively low, but at the same time, the productivity is increasing slowly and slowly. And therefore, it makes more economic sense for a lot more business to be transferred to India. Again, as I said, in our own experience, we have learned that we have been introducing several product categories and several high-tech products within the Indian market. And so slowly, our teams are gaining the necessary technical knowledge and know-how of how to build these products, something which we did not have a shot at earlier. But now that we have access to this, access to the knowledge of how these products are made, we are able to step up to the challenge. So, in a nutshell, this is what I wanted to share in terms of our experience. And also, once again, I think the India-Taiwan relationship is going in the right direction with all the geopolitical issues going on. I think we both countries continue to remain as strong partners and work together for the betterment of future at both sides. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Varun Mawani, for sharing your insight. Next, we would like to invite Mr. Manik Kumar for another presentation. How can India EMS industry cooperate with Taiwan electronic supply chain in R&D and high-end ODM technology? Mr. Manik Kumar is Southeast Asia Sales Director, SACO Technology Corporation. Manik Kumar is currently working as an Associate Director at Alcina, Taiwan Overseas Business Development Head, SACO Technology Corporation, Foxconn Group. He is also the Chief Marketing Officer for a startup named IOE based in Taiwan. Prior to his work as an overseas sales and marketing director at Neotech Semiconductor Limited in Taiwan. He was born and brought up in New Delhi, India. He is an Indian citizen by birth. He first came to Taiwan in 2008 when he received the Ministry of Economics Taiwan government scholarship to pursue his bachelor's degree in Zhonghua University, located in Hsinchu. He has been staying in Taiwan for almost 12 years now, first as a student and now as an Indian expatriate. He received his master's degree from Department of Management of Technology at National Jiao Tong University, Hsinchu. He has also improved and mastered the art of speaking Mandarin. He's a fluent Mandarin speaker that helps him to connect with the Indian and Taiwanese friends and colleagues. He is actively working with many new channels and associations to promote India market in Taiwan. His work primarily focuses on improving business ties between India and Taiwan. He is helping Indian and Taiwan firms to accelerate the numbers of investment and business ventures between the two Asian nations. Moreover, he delivers talks and speeches for promoting business scopes and opportunities for Taiwanese firms and groups. Contacting and knowing him can be helpful to people and groups interested in India-Taiwan relations. Groups and organizations approaching to conduct business in India, dealing with Indian customers looking to stay or travel in India for a longer duration, students wanting to visit India, Indian universities for exchange programs. Now let's welcome Mr. Manik Kumar.
Uh, Thank you so much for the introduction. And firstly, I'm really honored to be a part of this great seminar, and particularly because it's focusing on the supply chain and the India-Taiwan ties. Since we are sharing our experience, I have been in Taiwan for over 12 years, as mentioned. So I see a lot of improvements between the two countries in the recent years, and it has been great, to have been a part of this change, which is going on since a lot of years now. And particularly, I am very honored to be speaking here today in this Source India 2020 virtual edition by Alcina and Tamil Nadu government and also Triple I. Thank you so much. So basically, what I want to say is that, in the recent years, there has been a lot of changes, from the mindset between the two countries. And there are a lot of opportunities which lies in this pandemic situation, in this year for the two countries, as we have in India now we have an intention to shift from the Chinese vendors, coming back to Taiwan or, other sources. Even in terms of the supply chain, Taiwan has really good and, firm supply chains in the all levels of the, industry. I have prepared a small presentation. I'll just quickly, uh, so that I hope the time is less, but I'll try to complete it, and show what at Sokal what's our plans for the future. Okay, so uh, if you can see here, so Sokal Technology Corporation is a Foxconn Group company, particularly the semiconductor group. As I mentioned, various times, India and Taiwan that's IT, and India is very strong in hardware, and Taiwan is strong in India is strong in software, and Taiwan is strong in hardware. So there are a lot of opportunities which lies under this, and particularly when the government has so many different schemes and lot of new initiatives and incentives are coming up during these 2 days. It is very very encouraging for all the companies in Taiwan listening to what we can get. I'll just try to go through the what is Taiwan and what is a supply chain and my experience also. This all information is available on the Ministry of Education website, so it's all public. So basically, Taiwan has a well-structured and well-developed clusters. That's the key, I think, to develop its our own industry as well. So starting from the IC design, biotechnology, and other related electronic components. So you see from the north, the Hsinchu, Taipei, Taoyuan, PCB industry, everything is very schematically listed across Taiwan in the clusters. And particularly, we can really find out what we need in terms of supply chain, and it's well managed. Uh, Also, Taiwan is one of the hub of the global supply chains, as we all know. So particularly, in terms of semiconductor, display, electronic parts, machinery, auto parts, all these are very, very well structured and, very mature in Taiwan. So we all can leverage from similar, things available here. I'll quickly go through it. And the next one is the human resource, which Taiwan has in terms of hardware design and hardware, the semiconductor design, manufacturing, all those things. Also, we do have various key agencies in Taiwan which do support and help overseas companies like Triple I, ITRI, and IDB Bank and so on. You can see all these are helping out. Okay, so next one is my experience in doing the business in India and Taiwan is spread through the last 10 years, and I would say that each year I see a lot of difference and a lot of positive things happening. Uh, as I would just go through what is Socal and what are we trying to do to help this supply chain and the design industry. Socal Technology is a part of Foxconn Group, which is a very wide group which we all know. Foxconn is the world's biggest EMS company, and today I am representing the semiconductor group. That's a semiconductor division. Foxconn has been investing in various companies and tremendously throughout the supply chain. So particularly, we belong to the semiconductor subgroup, that's Socal. So we were acquired by Foxconn in 2014, and you can see various supply chain companies coming into the picture since then, like Sharp, which is from Japan, which was also acquired in 2017. So talking about Socal, we have been in business for over 19 years, and we have 200 plus employees, 6 locations. We have completed many projects in terms of IC design, promotion of Sharp components and sensors, supporting the design of various components, products at various levels like smart cities, automation, health, and so on. Quickly going through, our target industry is IoT, 5G, 8K, and EV, and health and healthcare, and so on. So if you see that the semiconductor group is a complete turnkey solution, you can say, which includes software, IC design, ODM, manufacturing, and so on. Socal also provides various IC design backend service from after, since India has various fabulous IC design house. So after the IC is designed, they can just straightforward come to us, and we can provide the entire solution, like from designing, verification, implementation, validation, turnkey solution, everything in the supply chain. We can help all these fabulous companies, which will in turn boost the semiconductor industry, the fabs, and the entire supply chain, which I have heard since last 2 days. So initial steps which we need for the future, we are of course here to help. And in this duration, there are a lot of things which are involved, like IP and designing, verification. All those things we will be taking care, of course, with the partners in India. And we have been working with various global companies like NXP, Sharp, Foxconn, Renesas, Infineon. You can see all the big brands, and we have done some projects with them so far. We do have another BU, that's channel division, and our main motive in 2020 and 2021 is to support the Indian design and supply chain customers, including EMS, design house, and so on, like system integrators. In this, I want to say that because we do have some final products which are components and sensors, so we are really trying hard to get into this. And particularly, we are promoting Sharp sensors and Sharp components, because Sharp, as you all know, that it's a very well known and very old brand from India, from Japan, which has been in business since early 1950s. And there are a lot of different types of components, like optical components, sensors, RF based sensors, and so on, which are widely used in white goods, printers, and these meters, and each and every division will be used these components and sensors. And if you can see, particularly, we have different timelines and different product roadmaps for these sensors. That includes Foxconn modules, which is ultrasonic modules, microwave sensor, TOF sensors, and also which are used in very high tech products, and also the components like photocouplers, photo interrupters, and similar things, similar components by Foxconn or Sharp. We are very much here to help. So in particular, if you can see, my screen. So there are opto component sensors, image sensors, laser diodes, TOF modules, and so on from SAT. So we are the one who will be responsible for that. And okay, so this was the quick thing which I wanted to share. But overall, my experience doing business with both sides has been really great, and getting support from both the sides, including the Indian side and Taiwan side, feels really great. And I feel that there are a lot of opportunities which lies under the hood. And of course, in this pandemic, we have also improved our customer database, and we have got a lot of new design projects which are going on in India. And also there is a shift from customer point of view that okay, let's go to Taiwan, and let's see various things which are little bit expensive, but it's okay, because since we have to be self sufficient, and we have to be independent in terms of making our own components, and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, we are very much in this, and thank you so much for inviting me again. And I hope if any questions, I would be very happy to answer them all.
Thank you, Mr. Manik Kumar, for the sharing. Next, we would like to invite Mr. N.K. Mohapatra for his presentation, Availability of Skilled Manpower for ESDM Industry in India. Mr. N.K. Mohapatra is CEO of ESE. N.K. Mohapatra completed his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from IIT Kharagpur in 1977 and MTech in Management System from IIT Delhi in 1990. He has rich experience of 37 years in R&D, manufacturing, and sales services of communications. He has worked in various reputed organizations, starting with Bharat Electronics, Hewlett Packard, Sham Electronics and Telecom, UT Starcom, and Midas Communication. Mr. Mohapatra specializes in new product positioning in emerging markets and have represented establishing export business for Indian telecom products. Currently, NKM leading electronic sector skills council of India as CEO. Now let's welcome Mr. Mohapatra.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Elsina, and thank you, Triple I, for this particular session. I'm very thankful for any activity between India and Taiwan. It gives me a lot of encouragement. Can I share my presentation? Somebody should allow me to share my presentation, or I can do it just like that. Can I share? Somebody allow me to share?
Mr. Mohapatra, I think you can share it.
I can?
Yes, that is what I have been told by the team here.
But I don't know which button. That button, share button, is not showing alive. I'm not being allowed. So I can speak if it is not allowed. I'm okay.
No. 1 minute.
Somebody has to activate that button, then I'll share. Anyway, I can continue. I have only 2 slides, so I can talk it over. We can share the slides later with the people. Okay, let me continue. So it's always good. India, Taiwan, we have excellent relationship. With respect to skilling, what I want to see is first, let's look at the context of things today as we are looking in the country. We have a recent announcement by Prime Minister called Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we need to do much more for the country than depend on the external dependencies should get reduced and reduced. Obviously, it can't be reduced to very great suddenly, but we have to work towards it. So it needs a lot of development activities, a lot of things we don't do in India in current practice have to change with respect to time. And we have excellent National Electronic Policy 2019, which is helping us to pave a way for the development of electronics within the country. and PLI, SPECS, EMC. There are three new good schemes which have boosted the investment scenario, and we are seeing a lot of enthusiastic investment proposals right now. So we see electronics is definitely going for a rise. And we are also seeing a lot of startups coming up and promoting through mentorships. There's enthusiasm in startups is very high right now. And we feel this is one area where you can look at innovation and things like that, which are also required to do product development. And government also has a huge boost today for MSME sector to be active and contribute to the country in terms of their contributions. And we also see a huge global opportunity which is coming out of supply chain, and particularly with China getting reduced in supporting rest of the world. The whole world is now looking probably at India or alternatives outside China. So it looks like the global opportunity is an opportunity. India can have a shot at it for a big time opportunity right now. And we are also seeing within the country there are some visible areas in core tech areas. We are seeing a lot of work happening. Like when we talk to the semicon companies, we realize in core tech areas, far more work is happening, whether it is for India or for the global market, it doesn't matter. Indian talents have proved good enough to be doing core tech areas work, and which is getting activated, and it is increasing, like multiplying every day. And we all know assembly and manufacturing has picked up in a very big way for mobile phones, and it will also pick up for rest of the electronics going forward. Next is, when it comes to skilling or training, it's the challenge in India is not the skilling, not the training. Our challenge is our population. To have a good utilization of our population, our country will prosper. And we have some weaknesses. So we need to work on human capacity utilization to improve the youth getting engaged to the country's productivity. Otherwise, many of our friends have gone to US and other countries just to have a good life or a good job, career options. India was having far less, but with respect to time in last 5 years, what we are going to see for coming 10 years, we see good opportunity within India for infrastructure, for anything and everything. We see a lot of demand. So what we see, first point is we will need to skill, reskill, upskill in all relevant and future skills. Another advantage in electronics is every 2 3 years the job scenario, the market scenario, the product scenario, the knowledge scenario of the product development guys have to change with respect to time. So we need all business model to change technology, gain more prominence, employee equipped with skill sets, both hard skill and soft skill, also industry aligned demands and facility upgradation, also development of faculty. It is not a static environment. Electronics is a very dynamic environment. So it is a continuous process. I will say skilling, upskilling, reskilling is a continuous process. And this is we need to be with the technology all the time. And I feel we are doing good, and we can still do better with Taiwan helping us into emerging areas and things like that. Second point is to improve the productivity of our talent being utilized for jobs, we need them to focus on design, test, and validation jobs. This is where Taiwan is expert. They have done far many product design, test, and validations. They should teach us, or they should examine, or we can discuss how we are doing it, how we can do smarter with the Taiwan knowledge and background by adopting set of practices to improve our testing validation process. And testing validation is very important part of any design cycle. And product quality and cost depends on testing and validations. And this is the thing where people are now being deployed a lot for MNC companies in Hyderabad and Bangalore. But soon we expect Indian companies to pick up this design, test, and validation expectations of the local product being developed within the country. And we also want new product development and prototyping to be picked up in the country. We see a lot of opportunity in 2D CAD, 3D CAD, 3D modeling, hardware development, simulations, rapid prototyping, product design support like patent and things like that, documentation, failure mode analysis. All these kind of things are the areas which is all towards the robust product development, at which Taiwan is an expert. And we will seek collaboration with Taiwan to make sure that we are able to do something together, so that we also do similar thing what Taiwan does and improve the product development life cycle along with Taiwan. Also, we need to have industrial project to students in campus. This is one way the US has done it. Taiwan has also done it, but unfortunately, India we have not done it. So we need a lot of industry-oriented projects to be floated around in campus for students to work on realistic industrial projects to gain expertise. By the time they complete their curriculum and degree courses, they should have hands-on experience with some industrial project, which will make them more effective and relevant to the industry going forward in life. Last 1 or 2 points. We want to encourage talents towards research and innovation. This is one of the big things, What happens is today, all the investment decisions were made in the country towards capital investment. By doing capital investment, we can only do certain amount of manufacturing in the country. We can reduce our dependency on manufacturing, but we will be only assembling components and having very low value add. If we do research and innovation where India has not done bad, in whatever limited research and innovation we have done with for few MNCs sitting in Bangalore and Hyderabad, the results have been good. The number of patents they have filed from Indian companies, either for Qualcomm or Intel, have been fairly good. So seeing the trend of research and innovation done for foreign companies in India, India would like to have its own plan for having a own research and innovation plan, where we feel again Taiwan can help us a lot in being our partner in having an India-specific research and innovation plan. Next is we want to see India as a global talent hub, and we are damn sure India has the talent, India has the capability, India has the manpower. We have done it well in IT sector. Tomorrow, if you want to decide in electronic hardware or design or backend design support related activities or whatever Monique talked, I really appreciate. We would like to work on IC related design support services kind of activities, and we can be really a global talent hub. We have no shortage of people in the country and no shortage of quality of the talent. Both are good. Our only weakness in the country is utilization. So there's a connect to market. Taiwan has a huge connect to market, and Taiwan has a huge dominance in the world market. And if they can believe and trust, and we can work together, India can be their extended talent hub, and they can expand in the global market beyond their current capacity, and we can together lead the global market is our vision and ambition. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohapatra, for this very informative presentation. Next, we would like to invite Mr. Frank Chen for his presentation, Collaboration Model for Various Products Between India and Taiwan. Mr. Frank Chen is Director of Strategy Planning and Business Engagement of 3S Systems Corporations. He has experience of more than 20 years in IC designing and engineering. Now he is handling many designing projects for several global premium brands. He is also experienced in solution integrating, and he can provide proper solutions to various types of business models. Now let's welcome Mr. Frank Chen.
Thank you, Charles. Oh, okay, thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to join this webinar to share my ideas on the collaboration model between Taiwan and India. Okay, I'm Frank Chen from Solid State System. Oh, excuse me, the slide disappeared. So anyone can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Frank.
Okay, but sorry that I found that the slides disappeared. So
yes, we cannot see the slides. Yes.
Oh.
Can you please take it off, Frank? Can you please take it off and then share it again?
Yes.
Okay, we can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, okay, wait a minute. Next page. Okay, thank you. The agenda today, including for topic first, I will introduce my company and our product and me a little bit, and then I will. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. We can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, let's proceed. So I will address three kind of potential product for the collaboration model between Taiwan and India, including the MEMS microphone, which is basically is a IC product, and then ANC Bluetooth earphone, and as well as the PCB. Okay, the PCB information actually 3S is not focusing on the PCB, so that information is from another Taiwanese company called UR Vision. Okay, thank you. So next page, please. Okay. 3S was established around 22 years ago, and our major institutional shareholder, including the Toshiba Kingston, UMC, which is the second largest fab in Taiwan, and PTI, which is a famous packaging house in Taiwan. So now we have 150 people, and most of the people are focusing on the engineering for the IC design and the system solution design. So next page, please. Okay, this is something about me. Actually, this year is my 20th years in 3S solid state system. So thank 3S giving me lots of job opportunity, so I can accumulate different know-how in this field. So now I'm more focusing on the marketing job. Oh, thank you. So next page. Okay, in 3S we have two major product line. One is audio family. The other one is name controller family. And today I will introduce the possible collaboration model for the MEMS microphone and the ANC Bluetooth earphone as an example for Taiwan's and India company reference. Next page, please. Okay. The first case is the MEMS microphone. Okay, the whole ecosystem starting from the design and then wafer the manufacturing in fab and chip pro testing, die sewing, packaging, final testing, and then become a finished good product, finished component. The circle in is something that India company can consider because like 3S, we are focusing on the design as well as we develop a different kind of testing facility for the final testing. So if an India company is interested in this kind of a component or any kind of IC, and you can consider doing the like FT first and then packaging because for the FT, there is no need much investment, but you can accumulate some experience, and then you can move to the packaging. Okay, so you will be in the semiconductor chain. Oh, okay. Next page, please. This is a flow for how to do for the MEMS microphones packaging. Basically, there are two key component in MEMS microphone. One is a MEMS microphone sensor. The other one is ASIC. So we have some substrate. We need to do the ASIC bond, MEMS sensor bond, wire bond, coating, and then soldering. Eventually, we put on the cap. So and then after the substrate sold, it become an individual MEMS microphone product. Next page, please. And then for the final testing, basically we need a ball feeder, sorting, and then functional test, and then tape and reel before shipping. Next one. The proposed business model and proposal is like this one. You know, for business, we are always trading up how to enjoy the market as well as how to reduce the company's risk for risk management. So if an Indian company was interested in this field, but has no related experience, So he or she may consider moving forward step by step. For example, you can try to exercise the market by setting your own brand's men's microphone, but the supply from Taiwan's company like 3S. But so that means that you have the same quality product, but you can build your customer base and your have certain revenue. So you will have more confidence in investing more money in manufacturing. Okay. So second step, you can consider moving for the final testing first, and then setting your own brand men's microphone. And finally, you can move into the packaging field. But and so you will be a complete packaging house for packaging, final testing, and also you can sell your own brand's men's microphone. Okay, this kind of approach depending on each company status. If you have a higher confidence level in the business and also have a certain know-how, you can consider moving faster or aggressively for this market under Taiwan's company's help. Okay, so this is something I will share for you for the men's microphone, the collaboration model or business chance. Thank you. So next one. Oh, I'm sorry that this is not the latest my presentation. So hi, hello, Johnson or Charles. I sent you another one. Sorry, could you show that now?
Let me do this.
Okay, thank you very much.
Can you control it?
Yes, nice. This is my latest version. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Charles. Okay, and we move to the maybe I think page like 6 or 7. Okay, and next one. Thank you.
This one?
Okay, and page 10. Thank you. Okay, I think okay, good. Okay. So men's microphone's introduction is done. So now I move to the cast 2 for the ANC Bluetooth earphone. Okay. I think if back to the 5 or 10 years ago, somebody wear an earphone like this, it's kind of weird because I think if people doesn't know this kind of product, they may he may think he or she has a hearing problem. But nowadays, it's become a very popular and stylish product worldwide. Okay,
Right.
and also think some company like Apple promoting the AirPod Pro, which has a very good so-called ANC function. Excuse me, I cannot see the slide. Okay, good. Okay. So ANC code is named as the active noise cancellating, which is a technology including the electrical and acoustic to cancel the noise during the real-time operation. Okay. Okay. Next page, please. Okay. This is a brief introduction for the noise cancellation technology. Okay. That means there may be incoming noise, but through our design, we can generate inverse or opposite waveform to cancel it. Okay. So the noise will be canceled. Okay, next page. This one is another more complex technology called hybrid technology. That means that we have a feed-forward design, feedback design, which basically it's like a feedback design. So it has a capability to correct the error or reduce the error. Next page, please. Okay. This is my ideas on the collaboration model for the neckband active noise cancellating solution. Okay, normally because the earphone is a stylish product, so to choose the stylish ID is required. Okay, but for some point, I think Indian company has a capability to do that. Okay, another thing is through Taiwan's company's help, we can help the Indian company interested in this market to do the system labeled manufacturing. Okay, because the whole system is designed by Taiwan's company like 3S. Okay, as for the key component or key system like acoustic system or electrical system, they may be needed supplied from Taiwan in the initial stage. Okay, so that means India side can focus on the system label, the assembly and the manufacturing, also decide on stylish ID. But the Taiwan side can help ship the key component in the beginning, but in the future, we also can consider how to make the PCBA in India, as well as more key component like a mains microphone and also speaker in India. Okay, and next one. Okay, this is another kind of earphone product called TWS, True Wireless Stereo, and now it's getting very popular. And also the collaboration model basically is the same. Taiwan side focusing on the key component for some electrical and acoustic system, because TWS can be break down into like a certain parts. So for the part number 7 or 10 and 11, that can be shipped and controlled by Taiwan. But for the rest of parts, India side may have a capability to do that. And also because it is fully designed by Taiwan's company like 3S, so we can help Indian company to do the final products manufacturing and testing in India. Okay, that's two examples for how to do for the earphone product. Okay, next one. Okay, in third case, I would like to mention about PCB. Okay, some information from another Taiwanese company called UR Vision. Okay, next page. Okay, this is a global markets PCB revenue, the forecast. You can see in the coming 2 or 3 years, the market is still growing, and for the time being, China is the best market. But you know, in the past few decades, some of Taiwan's company also helped some China company. So as a result, they can take a very certain market position as of today. So I think Taiwan's company also can help India company to take a certain market position in the future if we can work closely. Okay, next one. This is the advantage of Taiwan's company for PCB. Okay, actually, Taiwan's company has technology and know-how which can cover a wide range of product segment from low end to high end, including like conventional PCB, flexible PCB, rigid flex PCB, IC substrate, MSAP, HDI. Some of them use it for the mobile phone, smartphone market. Okay, and that is one advantage. Another one is, you know, our supply chain is very mature, so we can support any kind of collaboration model or any kind of a product. Okay, next one. Okay, the proposed collaboration model, including that because PCB is widely used in every field, so if India side cannot make the PCB in short term, but the final product need to use it, so you can consider a collaboration with Taiwan's company for custom design for the PCB, and also Taiwan can have a steady supply to the India, to meet the India industry requirement. Okay, that's one case. Another case is if India's company already very familiar with this market and they want to do some investment, Taiwan's company is like a consulting company to help to plan and set up the product line for them. So Taiwan's company also can supply the PCB material as well as the equipment. Okay, so that means that Taiwan's company can offer a PCB turnkey solution from the factory design, process design, equipment design, material equipment supplier or procurement, or even the waste treatment. Okay, next one. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And I already shared 3 cases for you, and I will be more than happy if you can have some comments or ideas to share to me after this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Frank Chen, for sharing your valuable insight. Next, we would like to invite Mr. Stanley Wang for the vote of thanks. Mr. Stanley Wang is the Executive Secretary of Industrial Collaboration Working Group of Industrial Development Bureau, Ministry of Economic Affairs. Now let's welcome Mr. Stanley Wang.
Thank you. Mr. Joko, Secretary General of ELSINA, honorable guests, good friends in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my privilege to be asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I believe what we are discussing today is very important to our industry development for the next few years. We are all aware of the dynamic changes recently in the global supply chains. Countries like the US, EU, Japan, India, and Taiwan all consider how to reshape or reorganize existing supply chain to ensure uninterrupted supplies of critical industry goods. For example, Japan, Australia, and India have begun to discuss supply chain resilience initiative, the SCRI, to reduce dependency on certain countries. So I believe today's meeting is very important for all the participants. And on behalf of the co-organizer of this event here, ELSINA and III, please allow me to extend our deep sense of appreciation to all speakers for sharing your insights and opinions today. We are all inspired by your great words. From the presentations, we could identify a number of areas for potential collaboration between our two industries. Thank you very much, Baron, Malik, NK, and Frank.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would also like to express my gratitude to the entire supporting teams and colleagues from both sides for their hard work in bringing us this great event. And finally, I want to extend my sincere thanks to all the good friends in the audience who have joined us today from work or from home during this very challenging time and make this event a success. Thank you all very much and have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. It's very nice to interact today.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
会使吗？
谢谢王父。
我稿子要改。你还没切断呢？
这个
没有，我的照片还在上。
स्टैनली आया था।